Gather around, friends. Hear a yarn of the high seas, of blood and trees, and what darkness lies in a man's heart at the bottom of the deep blue sea. The year was 1720. I'd found myself on hard times between homes, jobs, and lovers. Exactly that order, as it were. So I set my sights on the southernmost shores of Newfoundland. It was this turn of events that I stumbled upon the fishing settlement of Trepassey on the eve of a most fortuitous event. Trepassey was first used as a fishing destination by the French, Spanish, English, Portuguese, the Irish, going back to 1536. By the 17th century, the French began to settle the area, where in 1702 the English made several successful raids, driving the French from the settlement. By the 1770s, Trepassey's population was comprised mostly of Irish, with many English families as well. In the age that followed, Trepassey would go on to become one of the most successful fishing communities on the island of Newfoundland. Years between 1650 and 1730 would go down in history as one of the most dangerous to live as a seafarer, forever known as the golden age of piracy. The age brought poverty to many living here, far disproportionate to the wealth being amassed by those of influence and power. Piracy became the natural equalizer for the struggling lower class. Those who gave their sweat, blood, and lives on the sea would suddenly empower themselves, keeping the entirety of their labor, rather than giving the lion's share to an increasingly greedy crown and upper class. At the time, Trepassey was a major fishing port along that southern coast of Newfoundland, and relatively well provisioned, might I add. Between that and the trade routes nearby, Trepassey was a fine destination for someone like myself in search of prosperity. Of course, I wasn't alone in this thinking, as the great pirate John Roberts, came to be known as Black Bart, had set his sights on Trepassey that very day. The town of Trepassey, nor myself, would ever be the same. John Roberts, better known as Black Bart, sailed into the harbor of Trepassey on June 21st, 1720, with cannons firing and that black flag flying high like a curse, blowing about in the wind. Music from their onboard orchestra hailed his arrival. It was an auspicious start to what would become a 2-week occupation. With little resistance in the port to begin with, Roberts was able to loot and pillage at leisure. He sank some vessels, he burned others. He sent the unarmed crews to shore. According to some reports, when all was said and done, Roberts had destroyed as many as 26 vessels. John Roberts was born in Wales in 1682. He first set sail as a young man and would become a savvy navigator. In 1719, Roberts worked on a slave ship anchored off of Ghana. The ship would fall into the hands of pirates, and Roberts was quickly smitten by the lifestyle, quickly rising to power in his own right. It was during this time that Roberts took on the name Bartholomew, a pseudonym being a common occurrence for pirates. His reason for choosing this name specifically has been lost to the sea. Perhaps he took it off of a dead man along with his loot. Roberts terrorized both sides of the Atlantic, quickly gained infamy, from West Africa to the Caribbean and up the northern coast of America. Roberts captured more than 400 ships, more than any other known pirate. He murdered governors and brought trade in the West Indies to a standstill. As Black Bart's raiding party landed on the docks of Trepassey, the townsfolk gathered in fear and wonder, as with great swagger and bravado, waving both pistol and steel, the pirates made their declaration.
Listen, Trepassey, and we are taking your town. There's no ands, if or buts about it. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Tony.
But you're gonna have a fantastic day. It's all about the kids and family and everything else. So I'm going to hand over the microphone to my good shipmate, Graysale. William Graysale. He has a proclamation he wants to read out to people what we're actually planning to do this weekend. Sir.
Avast ye! Welcome to the first Trepassey Pirate Festival. We do be the Raiders of Avalon, and this be the mutiny on Mutton Bay. The next 2 days will be filled with fun and adventure. We now do be looking for volunteers to help us with the festivities by becoming honorary Raiders of Avalon for the duration of the weekend. Whether ye be young or even young at heart, all brave souls will be welcome. Would any of ye landlubbers, I think she does, be willing to join our crew? If so, please step forward and raise your hand or hook and repeat after me.
There he goes.
There we go.
Everybody in.
Give her.
Yay! Anyone else? Oh, she's in. All right, raise your hand
All right, here we go, sir.
or hook and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear.
to pledge my heart,
Pledge my heart,
my sword, and my wits
my sword and my wits,
to do my part
to do my part
for the Raiders of Avalon.
for the Raiders of Avalon.
Brave and bold,
Brave and bold,
to search for treasure
search for treasure,
and fill our hold.
fill our hold.
Let there be wind in our sails
Let there be wind in our sails.
and courage to the end. Welcome, new shipmates
Welcome, new shipmates,
and our new dearest friends.
and our new dearest friends.
The pirates were then led to the local inn and tavern, where they beguiled themselves in drink and brazen reveling. It was from here that they spread like a plague through the town, burning and pillaging with every step, spreading dissent with every breath and word. When the pirates had their fill of drink and cavorting, they set upon taking stock of the town's goods and selling the hearts of the good men and women of Trepassey into joining their crew. They were taught the ways of piracy, to live and die by the sword, to work together as a crew, to overwhelm and confound, and to find and plunder riches.
Saying the pirate told me I have to have a sword. No. Talk to your parents. They may not want you to have a sword. But if you do have a sword, you can have either a belt or you can put it through your sash. Well, one thing about pirates, though, is they share. When pirates went out on a cruise, they signed an agreement saying that everyone would get a share of the loot. So we try and share as much as possible.
Captain's coming!
Captain's going.
Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is the two sides of the ship. The port is the left side of the ship. So if I yell port, you're going to run over that way to the gravel. Okay, port!
On that much.
Hey, so I want you to form a line right here in front of me. We'll face this way, face the starboard. First position is you have to go to on guard. On guard, you hold your hand, whatever hand you want to use, your primary hand. Is on guard, your sword is out in front of you, and you're ready to defend yourself. So the defensive position is, when I say defense, you put your sword across in front of you like this. Okay? And hopefully you'll be able to survive more than one voyage. Come here, you! Where you think you're going with me there now? Oh, wait, no. On guard yourself. Where you think you're going with me there now?
Go for his legs. Go for his legs.
I don't think so. Oh, wait, no. On guard yourself. Come here, you. Let's go.
The pirates kept me in liquor and safety, for I became their de facto scribe. Just a voice to tell their tales so long as I drew breath and tread this earth. As I watched, my blood ran cold at the witnessing how quickly good men fell into lust with sword and black powder, fearing no earthly karma nor divine punishment as they cut men down. Black Bart's dread crew quickly overcame the town, amassed a small army of new pirates to join their cause, and quickly uncovered all the loot stored by both the rich and poor alike.
Oh my goodness!
Everybody climb down safely now.
I know how to open it.
I'm gonna get this young fella in blue to hold it for me, okay? Can you carry it up there?
I open it.
Donation of food or cash or
He wants it.
I'm not happy about this.
Let's throw in some money there to keep Virginia in all night.
No, you're not keeping me in all night.
Yes, we are. Keep her there all night.
All right, let's go. Let's see how many you can take me. All right. Are you sure you want to try? Because I got four. What's up big enough for my hand, Hand two. Oh, gee.
This is head too big.
What else about it? Squeeze it anyway. It's easy. That's it. We're going to give me 3 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're all leaving now. You can all go home. Come back in the morning and see if John Devereaux is still there.
Here, FaceTime Lucy, man.
Take yours out and you're paying the first.
Oh, I'd love to put you in there.
Because you've done that, I'm going to use it.
Okay, you're free to go, buddy.
There he is.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, no problem, no problem. We actually landed earlier just to scope out the whole town in the night time because that's what we do.
Hit the wave!
Whoa! Oh my god, it'll be rebelling. It'll be rebelling, it'll be poaching, and it'll be taking and privileging and...
Pillaging.
Privileging. It's the drunk captain talking. We are going to take this whole goddamn town, mate.
What?
We're taking the town. We are going to crash a party in Trepassey.
Walk this, we got a party, mates.
Aye,
And we are going to make it.
With their pockets fat with gold and their bellies full of drink, the pirates tore through the town during the night, making every stop along the way a celebration of their plunder and their power. They danced, drank, and feasted, only slowing to howl at the moon, as if they'd commandeered that celestial vessel too. As the black of night hit its deepest before the dawn, Black Bart's crew warmed their bones by the fires of their wake. Fishing stages, hunts, dories, schooners, sloops, dwellings, they were all on the menu, and the flames were famished. Did not know what the pirates saw staring back at them in that blaze. The pensive quiet of the sea rolled over them, as if a wave had broken and taken the words straight from their mouths. Did they see the faces of the drowned and slain? Did they hear the moans of the damned? Or did they simply see themselves as they were, as they may never be again? With Trepassey ablaze, John Roberts and his crew set out once again for the high seas, leaving the town in ruins behind them and the townsfolk to pick up the pieces. They set sail in a stolen vessel given the proud name, the Royal Fortune. As for John Roberts, his deeds caught up with him just 2 short years later, in February of 1722, where in Cape Lopez, John Roberts was shot and killed in battle as a British warship descended upon him and his crew. As per his wishes, he was buried where he felt most alive, at sea. While John Roberts and the town of Trepassey never crossed paths again, their histories will be forever intertwined through legend. With smoke and black sails to my back, I stumbled onto the open road once more, both horrified and deeply smitten with John Roberts, his escapades, and all that I had witnessed. I was forever changed, for better, and perhaps a little bit for the worse. I'd like to quote John Roberts himself in passing. In an honest service, there is thin commons, low wages, and hard labor. In this, plenty and satiety, pleasure and ease, liberty and power. And who would not balance creditor on this side, when all hazard that is run for it, at worst, is only a sour look or two at shore? No. A merry life and a short one shall be my motto.